Alright, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, Happy winter break, whatever. Hope things are going well. I've been taking a break because of the holidays, but now I'm back at the turn of 2019. Hopefully it'll be better than 2018, but yeah, I say that about every year and just take a guess at how that goes every time. Anyways, I'm looking at another map here. So this map is called New York. Yew Nork. Yeah, they pulled the swapping of the first letters trick here. Somehow it's still effective despite how cliche it is. Just like the self-interruption by cough trick. So Yew Nork. It's a map made by
/ left parenthesis caret 0 caret right parenthesis /
Okay, I'm just gonna call him Paradise. So Yew Nork is a relatively new clunker map that is literally under construction. It's a small development in the middle of the ocean somewhere, with several skyscrapers, a crane, a street, a theater, a subway system, and a big tower in the middle. Many of the skyscrapers appear unfinished, with most being almost completely pointless. Some of the buildings, however, have some interesting perks. The theater is open, and you can go in and see Paradise's name on the big screen. And if you go around to the right of that screen, there's a series of parkour jumps that take you to the roof, where there's a duck sitting on top, which is I guess his signature. 3 of the other buildings in the map have elevator shafts and stairs that can take you to the top of the buildings. And at the top of each one of these, there's a boost ramp that can launch you to various different places in the map. For example, at the top of the Nubs building, the boost ramp takes you to the duck's head, which grants you 5 points. And for some reason, there's no other way to get there even from the theater. So why let me go onto the roof in the first place? Such a waste of my premium time. Could be getting a job and adding something to society, so I got. The white building boost ramp takes you to this secret 2-pointer on the side of the tower, which is pretty neat, I guess. The SMG building's ramp is a shortcut to the top of the under construction building with the parkour. Just be sure to land on there or else you'll drown and I have to go back to the beginning. Speaking of parkour, there's a decent amount of parkour that you can do. There's a total of 70 points to get on the map, and aside from 2 secret points and 5 dark points, they're all located in only 2 places, the under construction building and the big tower in the middle. With the under construction area, the parkour you have to do here is actually pretty cool. It takes advantage of the scaffolding and the bars on the side quite a bit, and you have to judge which is the easiest way to get to the next point. Yeah, you have a defined path, but you don't have to go through it in this case. You can go onto the scaffolding and it's just fine. It rewards thinking out of the box a little bit, and I really like it. At one point, you actually have to go onto the crane that's off the side of the building, which is pretty neat too. Overall, one of the most creative parkour sections I've ever seen. Pretty hard though, because falling off could potentially mean you have to start the whole climb over again, which is annoying and wastes even more of my time. But whatever, it's satisfying once you reach the top and grab the 10 points awaiting you. Besides, if you can't stand it, you can climb the SMG building across the pool thing in between and boost ramp your way to the top. Kinda takes the challenge away, but it's still a decent alternative, assuming you can land a jump of course. So yeah, the under construction building is ingenious. It encourages out of the box thinking at many points to get to the top, or alternatively you can fall down on all the points, which is easier but it leaves still room for error. It gives you freedom to tackle the parkour in way you please, and I had legitimate fun here. Then you have the other side of the parkour, which is the big alien looking tower in the middle, and this also has some parkour, but it's very different from that of the under construction building. At first glance, the tower appears intimidating. You go on the inside of the glass door on the base and you see these yellow glass blocks rising upward, appearing tough and unrelenting, when in reality, as long as you stay against the wall as you jump, there's really no challenge here. You just keep jumping upwards and to the right. Give some parkour room vibes. Then once you beat the yellow box and get to the top and see the light of day, you get 20 points, which is a really decent chunk of the 70 points total. But then you have this part. At the very top of the tower, everything is completely black, and you can't see anything. You basically have to jump in a general forward direction, hope you don't fall off, and rely on trial and error, memory, and sometimes just pure luck. Meanwhile, the sky is in such contrast to the black of the tower top that it's blinding, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here, this part just sucks. One of the most important parts of parkour in my opinion is to be able to see where you're going. And if you can't see, then you can't really make the judgments on where to land and you're forced to just wing it. And that's infuriating, especially when you fall off over and over again. Thankfully, this part is brief, and once you get to the top of it all, you get the last of the points on the tower, aside from the secret points on the side. And if you already finished the dock and the under construction parts, you've gotten all the points of the map. Also, this is essentially the highest part of the map. From here you can jump down and land on any of the buildings, and go places that would otherwise be impossible. So at least there's a good reason to go here, beyond the points. As a whole, while Yew Nork is a decent parkour map, it also makes a decent FFA map, or a team deathmatch map, or a hide and seek map, or an infect map, or many other. However, it doesn't have any hardpoint functionality, and as far as I know, there's only one spawn, which facepalm there. But there is sort of a dark secret that this map is hiding. Underneath the skyscrapers and the streets lie the sewers. And this is the place you don't want to be. Compared to the free, open air of the rest of the map, the sewers are bland, restrictive, sometimes even dangerous. Many of the ladders lead out of the manholes somewhat, but the ladders are too short by just a smidge, and as a result they don't let you out, save one ladder tucked away in the corner. So yeah, unless you're hiding or something, you don't want to be here. The craziest thing is that the manholes aren't the only way into the sewers. Both the indoor and outdoor pools have holes in the corners that lead to the sewers, where you can't see them. Even more sinister though is a hidden area in the subway station behind some stacks, where at first it seems like a cool place to hide. Then you find and then climb the stack of stacks in the corner, pass on through, and yep, you got baited. You do have the chance to go back immediately from here, but if you get to this point and fall down the hole, you're stuck. This begs me to wonder what the city designers were thinking when they came up with this. You have the manholes, which are there to nab all the unsuspecting new citizens who may or may not recognize the manholes as non-collidable. Then you have the holes in the pools, all tucked in the corners, ready to surprise and suck in citizens just trying to wind down from the city life. Then you have the stacks in the subway, which entice the curious and more adventurous citizens to explore and discover, tricking them into getting sucked into a literally crappy situation. It's like the designers made the sewers as a punishment for those who don't watch where they're going, who trying to find any kind of leisure in the city, or for those who just want to explore, all while encouraging people to jump all over the scaffolding of a potentially dangerous construction project, hiding secret points that require you to explore, and at some points making it hard to see where you're going. So, what? Hypocrite much? All in all, Yew Nork is a good map, and I suggest that you check it out and have fun. There are plenty of good, fun things to do and see, just like in a real city. Just don't go on the wrong side of town.